This may not be the easiest video to make. Nevertheless, it is a follow-up. What up, folks? Once again, it is your boy Tim with another ride-sharing video. This is a follow-up to missing Lyft driver Gary Levin out of Florida. 74-year-old driver, last seen a week ago today in his 2022 Kia Stinger. 23 models, cost about 50 grand. So it's a nice car. 74-year-old gentleman driving a 2022 Kia Stinger, seen a week ago last today. Now, unfortunately, this has a grim turn. The car was found a few days later in the state of North Carolina, hundreds of miles away, well over 500 miles away in the state of North Carolina. They have located his vehicle, and the details get even worse. The individual driving his vehicle is Matthew Scott Flores. This is according to law enforcement. Matthew Scott Flores is already wanted out of Hardee County, Florida for another murder. Shot and killed someone and was already wanted for murder. So the fact that he's found driving the vehicle of a missing Lyft driver doesn't give you a lot of hope at all. However, in addition to Matthew Scott Flores being right now charged with possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, once again, the details in regards to that doesn't look good at all either, and Grand Theft Auto, obviously driving Gary Levin's vehicle. Well, his girlfriend, Stephanie Vergara, she's also been charged with helping him flee. So Stephanie Vergara has been charged with helping this wanted murderer flee that they found in Gary Levin's vehicle. Why are we bringing this all up? Because we want to know, how did this guy, Matthew Scott Flores, get into contact with the Lyft driver Gary Levin? Now, obviously, Lyft, if they do their due diligence, are not supposed to put convicted felons, and certainly not someone wanted for a damn murder, in our vehicles. This is where the liability part comes in. They're not supposed to do that. So we have to wonder, we have to ponder if Stephanie Vergara, who's been charged with aiding this fugitive escape justice, did she request a Lyft ride? One way or another, we need to find out, how did Gary Levin come in contact with these nefarious characters? And this is where Lyft may be trying to escape liability. I make videos about this all the time, that I strongly believe if something happens to you as a driver, or even your car, you cannot depend on Lyft or Uber to be forthcoming with information if it puts them on a hook for liability. They would rather curtail giving you information, be evasive or elusive to your family and giving them information, as opposed to letting folks know what happened so that your people can seek justice or some form of relief. Listen to what the daughter of the missing driver, Gary Levin, has to say. She's saying that right now, Lyft will only say he was active on the app at 1:22 p.m., so in the afternoon. At that point, they won't tell us, did he pick someone up? Did he drop someone off? We don't even know who this person is. So Lyft is giving the daughter, who's desperately looking to find her dad who's missing, giving them no information at all. You can best bet that Lyft is being advised by their attorneys, until we figure out what the hell's going on, don't say anything. Because obviously, if this guy is wanted for murder already out of Florida, and he's able to request Lyft rides, and he gets into a Lyft vehicle, not only wanted for murder, but also being a felon in possession of a firearm, Lyft is on the hook for all of this liability. They tell us if we carry a firearm, they're going to fire us. They're going to terminate us and remove us from the damn app. But there is absolutely no protections or provisions made to protect the drivers from armed passengers. So they're going to disarm us and allow the passengers to be armed. Everything about this screams liability. So you're not going to hear shit probably from Lyft until the family of Gary Levin hires an attorney and pushes them. That's probably how this is going to work. Now, last but not least, I told you the details so far are fairly grim. Well, it actually gets even worse. They've just found some human remains around the location where Gary Levin was known to make his last drop. So he dropped someone off, and in that location that he dropped off his last passenger, they have found human remains. Now, this could point to him dropping off a passenger and these assailant, Matthew Scott Flores, seeing the 74-year-old guy putting a gun to the window or something and carjacking him, which then would exclude Lyft from any type of liability, because now your assailant has nothing to do with the app. So that could be. And we would have to find out how his girlfriend, Stephanie Belgara, how she helped him flee justice. Did she help him flee justice in another way, giving him room and board or something of that nature? Or did she help him by requesting a Lyft ride through the app? So we need to find out what her role is. But right now, they have found human remains where he made his last drop. I don't believe the authorities have tentatively made the statement that the remains are him, but the fact that they're bringing it up in cooperation with this case shows that it's most likely the guy. Like the daughter stated when I did my previous video, it's not like her dad to go out and disappear for days at a time. And obviously finding the man's car in 2 states over with a convicted felon in possession of a firearm and on the run for murder, none of this paints a good picture for a 74-year-old Gary Levin. I would say that chances are extremely likely that he met a tragic ending and is no longer with us. But what do you guys think in the comments? You think that this might be a connection to Lyft and this driver, or do you believe it might have him simply dropping off a passenger and someone running up on him? And last but not least, I want to run this by you because I say this in many videos, particularly my defensive driving videos on how to keep yourself safe. I don't advise anyone, if the law does not require it in your area, in your market, to have Lyft or Uber stickers on your vehicle, because that is what can attract people to your vehicle. They know if you have those stickers on your vehicle, you are more freely or inclined to let strangers in your car. The average person driving their car around is not going to tolerate some stranger getting in their car at all. They're going to take off and run. But Uber and Lyft, we deal with strangers all day. So if somebody jumps in, I give you $10, $15 for a ride. A lot of us will take it because the base pay is so damn low. So those stickers may draw people to you, including a situation like this. You just drop somebody off. This guy sees you. You got these damn stickers on your car. Well, there's a rideshare driver or whatever. I'll go and pay him some money to get me whatever and then jack him or whatever. Not saying that happened. I'm admitting I'm just speculating, but I strongly am against putting Uber or Lyft stickers or lights on your vehicle. I understand some municipalities require it when you're engaging in rideshare, and that's fine. If it is required, I would get some form of a light or some form of a way of saying I'm with Uber or Lyft that I can also remove, disable, turn off when I'm not taking passengers. Meaning, if you got a light, you can turn the light off or something so that if you're not wanting it to be seen, it doesn't have to be seen. But when you put permanent stickers on your shit and in a window and things like that, there's no way to really hide that. So something you could cover up or remove. I just do not, I'm not a fan of advertising you drive for Uber or Lyft, because I believe it could bring, people to your vehicle that you don't want to have come to your vehicle. Whether they just simply trying to jump the line at a club or at a concert because they don't want to pay or wait an hour or two to get a ride and they see you sitting there. Something of that nature. Something could lead them to jump in your vehicle, which could have happened in this case. We don't know, but I just wanted to bring that up. So what do you think? You think there's any chance in hell that Gary Levin is still alive somewhere, tied up in the basement or something of that nature? You think that these human remains they found near his last drop-off point, maybe that's not him or something? Obviously, the guy wanted for murder that they now have in custody is not going to talk and say anything. So as far as he's concerned, you know, somebody sold him the car or something crazy like that. He's not going to cooperate at all. But I just wanted to bring this to you because by all accounts, it looks like Gary Levin has met a tragic ending and is no longer with us. But we'll find out. As always, feel free to subscribe to the channel. It's your boy Tim, and I'll catch you in the next video.